Most creators will spend 500 hours this year making content, they'll grow their following, they'll hit their numbers, and they still won't have a sustainable business. I'm going to explain to you why in this video and what you can do instead. Now, here's the thing nobody tells you when you start creating content. You're not building a business on social media, you are building someone else's business. Think about it. Instagram doesn't care about your audience. TikTok doesn't care about your audience. You are building on rented land. And the rent, it's your time, it's your energy, it's your consistency that you are showing up every single day. Here's what this actually looks like. You spend hours filming, editing, and posting. You finally hit that 10,000 followers mark, and on average, maybe 3 to 5% of them actually see what you put out. That's 300 people on a good day. And if the platform decides to change its algorithm, which they are constantly doing this, that number can drop overnight. No warning, no appeal, just gone. And I've seen creators lose 70% of their reach after a single update. That's years of work vanished. That's not a content strategy. You, my friend, are doing nothing but running on a hamster wheel. And then comes the burnout, which is real. The constant pressure to post every day, to stay relevant, to chase trends before they die out. And a big thing these days is you are competing with AI-generated content and influencers with massive production budgets. You aren't the only one feeling this, I promise. But here's the question. If social media isn't the answer, then what is? This is where Skool comes in. And if you haven't heard of it, Skool is a community platform. But it's not like Facebook groups, it's not a Discord, it's something totally different. Skool is a place where you own the room. Your audience does not scroll past you. They come to you directly every day because they choose to be there. Think about that for a second. Instead of screaming into an algorithm, hoping somebody hears you, you have a dedicated space where your people show up specifically to hear from you. That is not a rented land anymore. That is your land. And here's what makes Skool different for creators specifically. Number one is you can run it completely free. The free community is one of the best top of funnel tools I have ever seen. Better than a newsletter, better than a Facebook group, because Skool has the gamification built in. Where you get points, you get to level up on leaderboards, and it actually keeps members engaged without you having to post every single day. Number two, when you're ready, you flip it over to a paid monthly subscription. You set the price, and now you've got recurring revenue that doesn't depend on your last video performing well. And number three here is that you own the relationship. Every single member in your Skool community, that is your audience, not the platforms. Before I get into the actual comparison here, because I want to show you this side by side, I want to know something from you. Are you currently creating content and feeling like the return is just not there? Drop a yes in the comments right now, because if you are, this next part is going to hit different. Let's break this down now, because I want to be real with you, not just here to hype up Skool. I want to show you exactly what the difference looks like. On social media, you're fighting for 3 to 5% organic reach on a good day. In your Skool community, every post hits 100% of your members every single time. On social media, you're waiting for brand deals, you're chasing ad revenue, hoping for a viral moment. In Skool, you set a monthly subscription, your revenue is predictable, it grows as your community grows. On social media, the platform owns your audience, and on Skool, you own it. Social media also demands daily content or you disappear. Skool though, the gamification keeps your community active. Your members create engagement for you so you don't have to be on every single day. Your reels on TikTok and Instagram have maybe a 24 to 48 hour window, and after that, it's completely dead. Content that you post inside of your Skool community, whether it's your lessons, your resources, or even discussions you're having, will live there forever. New members can find them, old members can revisit them, and that is what we call an asset. When content becomes cheap, trust becomes expensive. That's what Skool gives you. A place to build actual trust. Not just likes, not just followers, real relationships with real people who are invested in what you are building. Information is everywhere right now because AI can literally write anything and can make anyone look like an expert. Connection is the thing that is actually rare these days, and that is what a Skool community is going to give you. I know what some of you are probably thinking. Phil, I've spent years growing my Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube. I can't just walk away from all that. And I'm not telling you to do that, seriously. Here is what I'm actually saying. Stop treating social media as your home base and just start treating it as a funnel. Social media is incredible for discovery. People can find you on YouTube, they can find you on TikTok, they can find you on Instagram. That's what those platforms are built for. But once they find you, you need to bring them somewhere that you own. bring them inside of your Skool community. That is where your relationship is going to deepen, and that is where real value lives. Essentially, this is where the real business grows. One engaged Skool member is worth more to your business than 1,000 passive followers, and I genuinely believe that. As the internet becomes even more fake every single day, building a private community is where your real value is going to lie. It's spaces where people know each other, where there's actual conversations happening, where you're just not the content in a feed. It's time to build the room and stop just trying to rely on the social media feeds. Here's the truth. I don't think social media is quite dead, but it's almost there. Using it as your only strategy, as your entire business even, that is the real risk. The creators that are winning right now are not the ones with the most followers. They are the ones with the most loyal communities. And Skool is the absolute best tool that I have found for building that. So if you're ready to stop renting your audience and start owning it, I want to help you do that. We've actually built a free Skool community specifically for creators who want to make this move. The link is in the description below, so come on in, introduce yourself, and let's start building something real. And if you want to see exactly how to launch your Skool community from scratch, I have a video on the screen here that you can go walk through our entire blueprint. I explain it from top to bottom. You can come inside and grab that and start your Skool community today.